My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop, and another month has gone by, which means we have, well, yeah, we're close to the end of the world, but also we have another issue of SFX magazine. Not really the end of the world, right? I don't think, maybe there's part of the apocalypse. Who knows? Who knows how it will begin? But we have another issue of SFX magazine. Not really recommend, I hate to tell you. So I went over this on my live stream last night. If the copyright gods are watching, right, I skip pages. This doesn't have the full magazine on it, and frankly, no one is like taking screen grabs of individual pages to read your how can I describe it? Piece of shit, right? No, but I mean, it's just a boring rag. It really is. I looked through it. I looked through it last night on my live stream. I was visited by Dan Hadley, and we went through the game. Dan Hadley from the Spacebook. So actually, that actually worked out well, because the cover of this month's SFX magazine is Willow 2, or Willow the show, whatever. I remember not watching Willow when it came out, because it just didn't seem like it'd be very good. I'm sorry if you liked it. So Dan liked it, right? And I had really written off this Willow show. It was a goof when they did Life's Too Short. Yeah, Ricky Gervais and Warwick Davis did, was it Life's Too Short? It is Warwick Davis. Yeah, did Life's Too Short. Part of the joke was the idea of doing Willow 2. Like, he kept taking the piss out of it. He showed a picture of it up in his office, saying, oh, this is Willow. They made that for like $10 million, and we're hoping it's going to make all its money back one day. You know, like that. So I just found the idea of there being a new Willow somewhat laughable, right? Like, what's the sound of a new Willow being made? Oh, that's the sound of the bottom of the barrel being scraped, right? Yeah, no, it's absolutely it's all downhill from there, right? So that's what's going on there. But that Dan did watch Willow when he was, you know, a young whippersnapper when it came out, and he's quite psyched for it. I watched the trailer with him. We're going to splice in the trailer reaction before we get to the article with SFX. And you know, I'm actually on board for it now. I think I'm going to watch it. I think I'm going to review it. Right? It's. I don't know if I am, because when I watched the trailer, it does remind me of why I didn't see the movie, right? It does remind me of things. Anyway, there's that going on, and a bunch of nothing. That's really the bottom line. You know, the sci-fi world now is on the brink of being good. I think we're about a year away from exciting stuff, right? I think James Gunn being in charge of DC movies, we're going to get great stuff. I really think we're going to get great stuff. I think Rusty Davies is going to be excellent on Doctor Who. I know that's a bit of a controversial take, but right now, we're at the fag end of the, if you're not English, that means cigarette. We're on the fag end of the real failed era of woke, right? Woke is the platforming of ideology on an existing successful fan base, existing successful franchise with a fan base, right? And almost always accompanies a massive drop in quality, right? That's essentially what it is, and it's decimated entertainment. I mean, Galaxy's Edge. I remember. When they announced they're going to have a Star Wars land and a Star Wars hotel, I felt physical pain that I couldn't work out where else I was going to be able to go there. And I had to do it. Then the good Lord blessed me, right? The good Lord looked upon me and blessed me by making it absolute shit. Right? So that's kind of the state of science fiction right now. So writing a science fiction magazine with the same mentality as all the people who have decimated science fiction, it's not gonna come out that well. Maybe we're gonna start getting good things being reported on soon. Not in this issue. Anyway, so I go over this with my good friend Dan Hadley. If you haven't subscribed to his channel yet, if you haven't subscribed to mine, please subscribe to mine. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, it's in the video notes. It's a great channel. I'll tell you, one of the best Doctor Who magazine shows is on the Spacebook. I really, genuinely love it. It's got a very varied group. It's like me. It's just basically me with my opinions screaming at you. That's my channel. Dan has a very varied, varied ideas. I really genuinely like his show. It's just people enjoying Doctor Who, right? And if you like the current era, well, the Jodie Whittaker era, God bless. They're fine. Everybody's welcome, right? Everybody's welcome. If you like the classic, everybody's welcome. It's a great channel. Go check it out. Fine. Also subscribe to me. That'd be nice. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Sign up my Substack, my email newsletter, so you can find my scintillating content. And boy, does it scintillate, right? Does it scintillate? My scintillating content. And then I also have a paid version. It's $5 a month. I'm sending out short stories and other general crap. It's a way for you to throw me a few, digital coppers. Listen, mate, you can't afford to heat your home over winter anyway. You're gonna freeze there. Send me the money, right? Might as well. I use it, then it just goes to waste, right? Where's the government's going to take it? Just send it to me, right? Send it to me. Or if you don't want to do that, the $5 a month, that's also fine. Fine. Like, share, subscribe, comment, sign up my Substack. It occurs to me that probably wasn't the best pitch to get you to sign up. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment. Now, let me hand over to me and Dan from last night, my live stream last night. I want him and Ricky Gervais to do a director's commentary.
I want to go and watch the original film tonight now and get prepped for this.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I'm on board for it. That's on Disney Plus. I'll watch it. Okay, you talked me into it. Fine. USS Magazine. What they got? Titans. I don't really care. Peripheral. That's not bad. Have you been watching that?
Andy, who is a panelist on the Spacebook show that I do on Wednesdays and most Saturdays, she has recommended it. Said it's really good.
It is. I'm very impressed. Wednesday. I'm also looking forward to that. That looks like it's going to be good as well. Have you seen that? The trailers?
I've seen the trailers. But she's I've got it entirely on her referral that it's worth a watch. Has it not started yet? She seems
no, November 23rd, which I thought.
Maybe she was very excited about it. I'm getting mixed up when these things bloody start. Well, yes, in that case, I'll probably get on board for that week one as well. The Peripheral starts on the 23rd.
Then Dave has a new sci-fi show because they can't get Red Sodding Dwarf.
I've seen.
Guys, just get your freaking act together. And there's a Timothy movie, Timothy Chavez. Where are you? This just doesn't interest me at all. I mean, nice,
it looks beautiful. I mean, when we put out Type 40 Live on Thursday, probably I think it was our longest ever show. There was a bit of an argument.
A long one. It was a long one.
Well, there's a bit of an argument. Nobody can. Well, people say that Type 40 is just one big echo chamber. Anybody out there who's watching this, who's been hate watching, nobody can ever say that. Go and watch that video. Type 40 is not an echo chamber. But during the course of that show, JT had his copy of Doctor Who and the Daleks delivered, and it looks beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful, but it's £20. Am I going to actually read it, or am I going to look at the pictures? I've got 2 or 3 editions of this already. I love Robert Hack. I think he's a great artist. I haven't decided yet. I think as a one-off thing, I may buy it, but I'm currently weighing it up. I think I'd rather buy something new. I'd rather buy Colin Howard's book or Andrew Skilleter's book. Or,
I agree with you.
The Art of Phil Bevan, one of those other big books.
Yeah. I would totally. I tell you, the main thing stopping order from them is the crushing shipping rates to Israel. I'm not paying £30. It's just not happening. Right? I don't that's just not going to happen. Fine. That's so they got a big thing about Willow. Alan Moore's. I just started reading his short story books, but that's good. I recommend that. Illuminations. If you look,
it's just been published, isn't it?
Yeah. It's. I read one short story today. You had to kind of just. You always got to tune into what he's saying and what he's doing to understand what's going on. But well worth it. Oh God, I hate to see. Let's see what they're saying about the turgid Rings of Power. Yes, Rings of Power is slow and not as good as the classic movie trilogy, but it's still intriguing. No, it's not. And looks visually stunning. I just can't be visually stunning when she's like this. Anything with this in it is not visually stunning. I'm sorry.
There's no flair. Any footage I've seen from this, I don't think it looks visually stunning at all. I think it looks tired. I think it looks strangely under budgeted. How, I don't know. And from what I hear about it, ideologically, it's nothing but hateful nonsense. So why would I watch that?
Right. And so look at the rants and raves. These are the things I always go to. Hocus Pocus, you adored Hocus Pocus 2. This man is making completely a soy. It's a movie that nobody wanted and nobody cares about. Leave us alone. No. Saw Violent Night at New York Comic Con. Absolutely hilarious. I don't trust you at all. Enjoyed Halloween End, but I'm not sure it's the movie the fans wanted. I take it back. I won't be watching season 2 of Tierra Incognita. Never heard. Was the Power of the Doctor derailed by the Centenary hook? No, by Chris Chibnall, who's cocky been sucking for the last 5 years. Right?
They still can't face reality, can they?
No, they never will.
Everybody else
ever will. Like, wouldn't it like now's a good time in Doctor Who magazine, which I'm really intrigued what they're going to do with the next issue. Right? I'm really looking forward to the next issue this week. Right? But wouldn't it be great if we actually have articles discussing what really happened? Right? You know,
I think it's unlikely.
Never.
Probably ever. I think back with the magazine before it went perfect bound, before the show came back, maybe would have discussed it then, but not now. Not now.
It's too corporate now. It's too big. It's too corporate. There's no way. But it'll be. I mean, like that's why we have YouTube channels.
Exactly.
This is why we exist, because this is where we can have the conversation. It's. But I'm really miffed. I can't get Twitter Blue in Israel. I'm like, I would so pay for that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like the 10-minute videos. Like if you're watching, I've been putting out.
It's perfect for you because you can do your shorts. You can even put out special sort of bespoke things where you can time yourself to match the sort of 10-minute slot.
10 minutes is easy. 10 minutes, 2 minutes 20. It's tricky. 1 minute is just like I don't like doing 1 minute at all. But 2 minutes 20 is good.
No, I wouldn't do the 1 minute things.
So let's have a look, see what else we got. Ian Berryman saying, Trump Records released due out the end of the month will be Sydney Seas Interview with the Children's Stones. I kind of remember that. Look forward to Mark Jenkins' Ennie's Men. I never heard of it. Whatever. Is that the BFI? I often turn subtitles on when reviewing things to help me catch muffled dialogue. And the general standard is laughingly bad. Sort it out, Blu-ray labels. Okay. What's your raves there, Jonathan Coates? Missed the Galaxy Britain built the British force behind Star Wars the first time round. Still on iPlayer. I've never heard of it. Brilliant
documentary. Well, yeah, he's right about
that. Out. Industrial Light and Magic on Disney Plus. Fantastic documentary about Industrial Light and Magic, how it was built. Please that Outer Range has been given a second season. So much unresolved. Never heard of it. So Ed Ricketts, production editor, says something about dash cam. Don't know. Exes don't care. Ray Guns and Rocket Ships by Ryan Hughes is a feast of vintage art, and a celebration of his lost age British sci-fi. Never heard of it. I think I have heard of it.
It's another graphic novel.
I don't know. Let's have a look. I'm looking at it right now. Ray Guns.
I've seen that somewhere.
Rocket Ships. There we go. Right, Hughes. Hang on. So, we'll look at it. Book depository, I guess. Can you see any interior pages? No. It's like a collection of. That's my little Amazon. It's like a collection of a classic. Again, you only have it's a hardcover. It's £40, but you can't see anything inside here. 1 second. Maybe share this. It looks really nice.
I think it's got a Facebook page.
Where is it? From tab. It's there. You go. Doink.
That's it. I knew I'd seen that somewhere.
Still, £40 is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. The cover's
Vintage
beautiful.
science fiction book cover art. That sounds nice. Man, that does sound nice.
I think there are some pages from this on their Facebook page or Twitter account. I have seen some interiors from this.
Yeah. Images. Let's look at that. He's a very good graphic designer. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hughes.
Just looks beautifully presented.
Yeah. Right. What's this?
Yeah, that's
This
the
looks
stuff I've seen.
fun, doesn't this?
Yeah.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Anything else? Oh, yeah, this is really nice. Yeah. This is worth it. Although there's so many of them worth the money. I like the Phil Bevan book as well. Phil Bevan book is really nice.
Yeah, I've got a lot of his stuff, and when I saw that they were putting one out, I thought I've got to have that. But again, it's that they put these things out obviously because they're ideal Christmas presents. But of course, when Christmas rolls around, you're buying for other people. You think, I can't justify spending however many pounds on something for myself. That's how I missed out on. I missed out on a collection of comic strips last year from the old Look-In strips of Robin of Sherwood. They were all collected by an independent publisher. I really wanted it, but it was 40 quid, and I couldn't justify getting that when I'd get everybody else to buy for at Christmas and stuff. Yeah.
So the insanely woke Tara Bennett, the US editor, loves Andor. The Star is so boring. I'll go 1 plot point per hour. That's essentially it. You get 1 plot point per hour. Oh.
I've stopped watching that show, and I hadn't even realized I'd stopped watching it. I didn't intend
reviewing it because I'm like, who gives a shit? I mean,
I didn't intend on stopping watching it because I was enjoying it on several levels. But I realized sometime in the middle of the week, I thought, hang on, there's 2 episodes of that now. Why don't I care?
Do you want me to spoil it in insanely quickly?
No, because I am going to watch it. So I'll have to.
Episode, it's crazy, right? And the whole plot thread of the guy who's supposed to be Javert, the guy based on him. Just stop. It's all bad. None of this is interesting. And also, she's having a little bit of a meltdown. Probably having a lot more of one today with Twitter. Mwah! Oh, I love you, Elon Musk. Yes. $8 for your blue check mark. Mwah! Oh, you're beautiful. I love it.
The sort of the progressives, the lefties, they're taking it all so literally. They have got no. I mean, I saw some guy who's involved with Doctor Who. He seems a nice enough fella, but he's been on Doctor Who for about 15 years, and in a really minor way, he's an extra, really. But I don't like to be mean to people like that. But he was behaving like such a frigging prima donna on Twitter over this blue check mark. I've had to work my ass off to get this check mark. Oh, have you? Have you really? 6 months on an oil rig in the North Sea or something? But no, pouncing around, dressed up in boiler suits or as Cybermen or whatever else to get his little check mark to basically lord it up over everybody else. It's really exposed some people as being the pricks that they are. And yet I follow, and sometimes I interact with some actors, and I can't help but notice on there, and some of them, they'll talk to you, they'll even message you. And I thought, well, hang on, the ones that do that, the ones that talk about going to pick their food up from Aldi or something like that, they're the ones who don't bother applying for the check mark. And a couple of them have been in multiple shows, names you'd recognize, but they never bother with all that because they don't think they're above the rest of us. Anybody who's got that check mark in that world in particular thinks that they are an elitist class. They think that we are the proles and they are bestowing their majesty on us.
Now, isn't it?
Yeah, they're to be ashamed of themselves. And I see when people come from. I know that Gary's got one at Nerdrotic, but I know why he did that. I get that, and just the same reason that I know why you'd get that, because in some senses, I feel that the scheme that Musk is substituting for the old scheme is a gift to content makers. It's to encourage.
So good. Again, the 10-minute video, perfect format. It's such a great format.
It's another klaxon going off. It's another klaxon going off, mate, to tell the people that are working in legacy media and that still either genuinely think or maintain the illusion that they've got something over us, that they're legitimate and we aren't.
Oh,
it's just over. So over. And they can hear it ringing.
They get a fraction of the ratings of a Crowd or a Tim Paul, right? They get a fraction of the ratings of Joe Rogan. They like that that because they offer much better content. Bottom line, right? It's
I don't want to see. I don't want to see the people who write for silly rags like at SFX. I don't want to see them out of work. It's not that I don't think what they do is a value, but they shouldn't be elevating what they do, but pushing down what other people do. People on new media, people who speak about movies, TV, about pop culture in these spaces. Because you're right, it's the equivalent of the old fan press, fanzines, that kind of world doesn't really exist. But a lot of the people who write for these magazines, they got started in the fan press world anyway. So for them now to be, to try and hold, it's like, the ladder's up. We're all right, and sod you lot. We've got our tick marks.
Again, it's the reason that we exist is because the flaws in the system. Did you see Steve O'Brien's article for Radio Times a couple of days ago about the Disney Doctor Who deal?
No, I was going to actually look at that at some point.
Yeah, take a look because it's a nicely written article. And Steve was the editor of SFX for years, wasn't he? He's been around a long time, and so I've got a certain amount of time for him. He's a proper writer, but there's nothing. Bear in mind that Disney deal was announced nearly 2 weeks ago. There's nothing that Steve doesn't say in that article that certainly that I haven't said on YouTube, that I think you're along similar lines to me, but he says it in such a milk toast way, and this article is getting shared, and that it's saying something bold, and it's not. It's still quite safe. I'd love to know what you think of it when you read it.
I will do. I'll do a video now. Have you seen this?
Oh my God! Is this the staff out on strike?
I think that's what the picture looks like.
Fuck me, that's funny.
Yeah, why do you think
is that girl got a cape on?
What the hell?
Look at the one dressed as a squirrel.
Oh yeah, furries is a thing.
It's the guy dressed.
It's a weird thing, but it's a thing.
Did you see the guy in the necktie with his underpants?
They're all bizarre. It's all.
Oh God! Very okay, who's this? What's going on here? This is a new Disney thing, isn't it? Strange World, is it?
Really, genuinely couldn't care less, right? Just like whatever.
They're getting short. They're getting short of ideas again.
Yeah, 1 second. Oh. Hang on. I forgot what page I was on. So fine. Let's go to the next one. Doink. Who's writing this? We got Paul Dano's take on Riddler. That was such a boring movie. I mean, really, is Paul Dano writing this?
Apparently.
Oh, that's it. I might review it. When's it out? Is a question.
They will do anything. DC and Marvel. They will do anything to get out of actually employing proper comic book writers to write their comic books. They'll let activists do it. They'll let actors do it. But comic book writers.
So here, News Warp. We got Constantine 2, but same director and starring Keanu Reeves. Again, everything. This is all Warner Brothers. Everything they're doing. They're saying we want to give you the audience what they want, right?
Yeah.
Look at it. Was it? What was I going to say? Disney clearly wants to do the same thing. Deadpool 3 with Wolverine, Sean Levy directing. Okay. Then you got Loki's Michael Waldron writing Avengers. Couldn't give a shit. Cloverfield 4 couldn't give a shit. Don Cheadle Armor Wars couldn't give a shit. Frey Allen Storin Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Oh, can give a shit. What's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
That's the first of this new trilogy. It's directed by Wes Ball, who directed the first of the Maze Runner movies, which I think is really good. I think he's a great fit for a Planet of the Apes movie, and this could obviously Disney have got this now as well because they bought Fox. But I think Wes Ball is the right director for this to take it forward. So I'm excited with reservations for more.
Listen, Planet of the Apes is a great property, and they could keep making it forever, right?
It's one
Dr.
of
Alex
my
is here.
favorites.
I spoke about you at length at the beginning of the show. So there you go.
Good to see you, Alex. Actually, I haven't seen Dr. Alex around so much lately. It's good to see you, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Come back on the show. Come and talk to us at Christmas. I want to get a big Christmas party together. Some of the people I haven't spoken to for a few months. Yeah, get yourself and Dr. Alex on. A few more faces.
What day is Christmas this year?
God knows. Don't ask me these complicated questions. I think it might be.
December 25th, 2022. Let's see what day it says it is. Which day is December 25th, 2022? Sunday! Oh, yes! Maybe we'll do the King's speech together. Live reaction. I'm up for that. Fine. So Sam Raimi is thinking about remaking the 1978 ventriloquist doll horror Magic. That would be fun. Tiesa Farmiga returns as Sister Irene and Nun 2. Okay, whatever. Andrew Stanton directing epic sci-fi tale on a blink of an eye. Okay, whatever. Stephen King is still being Stephen King. Fairy tale set to be adapted by Paul Greengrass. Bill Skarsgård vamps it out as Robert Eggers' version of Nosferatu. Okay, alongside Lily Rose Depp. McKenna Grace back as Phoebe Spengler in Yet Unknown. Which was McKenna Grace? Oh, that was the granddaughter. Ghostbusters sequel Afterlife. Okay, all of which exciting, right? All of which I'm on board for. Well, not all of which. Right? Who gives a shit? Really? I mean, don't get me wrong. I like her, but nobody wants to see this as the original movie.
I think they've got this wrong. I don't think Disenchanted's going to do that well. But again, it might surprise us. I don't know. I kind of feel this is far too late.
It's not going to surprise us. Just let you know now. Although nice cleavage going on. Like it a lot.
Still a very good-looking woman.
Yes. So what's this? DC commemorates the death of Superman with the new 30th anniversary special. Whatever. Doesn't really interest me. Doesn't really interest me at all. Fine. Let's have a look at the more news walk. Lisa Kudrow joining Taika Waititi's TV take on the Time Bandits. That I think is a good combination. Frankly,
I couldn't be less interested. I can't stand Taika Waititi. I think he loves the smell of his own farts.
I think as a human being is awful, but his work is normally quite good. Apart from the last Thor movie.
I didn't even like Ragnarok, to be honest. The idea of him taking on Time Bandits, I think it's going to be a frigging car crash. So I'll be staying well clear of that myself.
Fine. So there's a prequel to the Winchesters. Don't really care. Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur greenlit for season 2. Really? It didn't have season 1. Emma Watson and Shirley Henderson are the leads of Dune: The Sisterhood. I am intrigued. I would like to see that.
Yeah, you can't help but be interested by that. I mean, neither of those two actresses are enough. You think they're going to be leading a show? Are they really? They wouldn't usually be enough to get me interested in something. But Dune. The film was.
It's the modern Dune. I do like it. I'm glad they're making a sequel. I'm glad they're doing this TV show. I hope they do a third movie. Right? I'm glad they're doing the first book, but if they could do the third movie, which is Dune Messiah, it's all about Duncan Idaho coming back, which is Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
perfect. It was the best Duncan Idaho ever.
Right? Yeah,
so,
I think it would be a massive shame if that trilogy didn't get completed, and I'll support that franchise every step of the way. I just can't believe I'm excited. Well, I can't get excited about a show that stars those two people. They both supporting. In my view, they're both supporting actors. They're not leads. So who's going to be leading the show?
Shirley Henderson, I know, is she could do anything. She's very, very good, right? But listen, it's the property. It's not the actress. Blade Runner 2099 is a go for a series on Prime Video with Ridley Scott on board as executive producer. I want everything just to make Lord of the Rings look bad, right? That's my goal in life. They have Good Omens season 2 next summer. They're doing more. Goosebumps, don't care. Outer Range reduced. Didn't know they had a first season. Paranormal Video Game, The Medium, set to be I don't care. Ronnie Cox reprising Admiral Jellicoe for Star Trek. I gotta see more of this show. Star Trek Progeny. I saw the first couple of episodes. It wasn't bad. You've seen it all, haven't you?
No, I didn't see it. People keep telling me it was good, and I keep meaning to watch it, but it eludes me. It keeps sliding down my list in favour of other things. It's not
really worth your time. In all fairness, it's just not awful, right?
Yeah, the bar got that low with Star Trek. It's just not awful. So yeah.
Right. And good news, they're filming Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power season 2, right, in the UK.
Hey.
I mean, like that. They didn't order complete halt on production when it got round. It was roundly awful.
You know my feelings about it. Don't watch it. Don't talk about it. Don't tweet about it. Ignore them, and they'll go away.
If only. But speaking of not going away, the Mindy Kaling leads HBO Max's adult animation of Scooby-Doo spin-off Selma, and it looks garbage, right? It looks absolutely
no way I'm watching a second of that. It looks like an affront to every sensibility going.
I pulled up the cover for the porn version of Scooby-Doo, which was more accurate, right?
Yep. Did exactly the same thing.
He was. Right. So this is Star Trek Prodigy. Look at it. I mean, it looks okay. I mean, like, I saw the first couple of episodes. It was.
This looks like a decent animated show, but it doesn't look remotely like Star Trek. And that's why I keep forgetting about it.
That's actually a plot point. So at least they like acknowledge it, right? Which makes a difference. So it's on Paramount.
And that's a great likeness of Ronnie Cox there. I can't deny it, isn't it? Bloody is.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, yeah, I will give this a go.
There's a new Transformers. Who cares? Look at this.
God, how many times do they keep doing this? I love Transformers, particularly G1, but they need to let Transformers lie for a few years.
Yes, indeed. Marvel's bringing back Secret Invasion. Who can you trust? Certainly not Marvel. Is this a TV show or is it the comic book?
This isn't. Yeah, they've done what DC have done with the Flashpoint Beyond. Because obviously Flashpoint was reasonably liked 10, 12 years ago.
Right.
They're going back to Secret Invasion purely to try and stoke up interest in the TV version, which I'm sure will be okay. But again, why they're digging up this event, I just don't know. Marvel are all out of ideas in print, and it's a sad thing to behold.
In every way. I mean, like, generally speaking, in every way. Let the Right One In, no interest at all. I made a TV show of it. Thing about French filmmaker Quentin Dupieux talks about his oddball offering, incredible but true. Okay, not really interested at all. That looks gorgeous. Who's writing this? So Hitler meets zombies in Bruce Campbell's Sergeant Rock versus. Is that again not a comic bloody writer? You're absolutely right.
Yep. The cover. I mean, you look at the cover to that. That's by Gary Frank. God, yeah, I'm so down for that. You find out he's only the cover artist. He's not doing the interiors. Who's the cover artist? If it's going to be some wanker that they've just dragged out the queue in Greg's, then I'm not going to buy it.
Although these are comics I would totally review, right? I think
me too.
Comics.
I noticed. In fact, I meant to message you about this. I noticed that FMP, the Frank Miller thing that Dan Didio's doing, they've announced their first 3 titles, and one of them is an Al Yankovic comic book.
Oh, really? Oh, yes, I did see that.
And the other one is Ronin 2. And there's a third one.
I will buy and review that, absolutely.
I immediately thought, I wonder if Tzvi's going to get on these, because the third one looks like a superhero book, but it looks like it's got a lot of fantasy about it. It just looks fun.
Look, if they're available digitally, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. One sec. There's these new playlists. These 5-inch or 3.5-inch. Did you see the Jerry Anderson ones?
I did. Yeah, they're beautiful.
I thought they looked really nice. Here, let's just click over them for a second. Who's got them there? I saw it on there. Hang on. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Doink. Share screen. The only trouble is, I think that they're too small. I don't like the 3.75. Right, same with these, but yeah, these look. I mean, I will get the.
Oh, yeah, these look beautiful.
Certainly the Stingray, certainly the Captain Scarlet. I'm not sure about the rest.
No, I would only go for the marionette-based ones. I wouldn't buy what's his name, Ed Bishop, sorry, Ed Balls, or Walter Koenig. I wouldn't buy those, but I would the puppet ones. I would probably get those.
They all look fun. They do all look fun. They're not that expensive either, but they look cool. So listen, everybody buy some. Name the channel. Maybe they'll just. Give me a freebie. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that just be right?
If you don't ask, you don't get, mate.
That is true. So these ones, how big are they? Nostalgia Overlay Playmates are back in the Star Trek business. These new figures are update from the 90s classics, but their iconic cardback design, the initial wave featured Ruther Khan and Next Generation, and also adds characters from Discovery. Well, see, you just invalidated yourself.
From memory, aren't these around the same size as the character options Doctor Who range, around 5.5?
Are they like that? I don't know. I think they might even be bigger. I also like these little Star Wars ones as well. They look kind of fun. Fine. Let's see what else we got in here.
Yeah, I mean, they need. This is the thing with Star Wars. They so badly need to get to us. Well, bring the fun back. Ideally, reconnect with kids. It all needs a rethink, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so I had the wrong screen playing. There we go. Share screen. That one. Menu movie called Taste. Don't really care. Okay, fine. Zach Estrin died. Denise cried. I don't care about any of this. So what's this? Okay, so now they've got a big feature about Willow. Okay. So we're interrupting the broadcast right now so we can watch the trailer reaction for Willow. Again, wasn't on board with it. The trailer did win me over, right? The trailer, it seemed to be quite charming and peaceful. And you'll hear in the trailer reaction, which is splicing in right now.
Willow.
You think you know what is real and what isn't. What is light?
I mean, I never bothered seeing the original either because I was like, well, I don't really care about, what's his name? And like, it's a bit gay to me, not for me.
I do. I'm a relatively big fan of the original Willow movie. I saw it in the cinema, and so I've got a lot of fond memories of it. But already, I mean, this doesn't look like it's going to change the world. But I don't know who those two characters are. But I'm already feeling something that 2 minutes of James Cameron's Way of the Water just didn't touch me, and I don't even know.
It is dark. Now, forget all you know. Come with me. Willow.
I'm more interested in a Clash of the Titans movie. like bring back Harry Hamlin. Right?
Get Harry Hamlin back. Get Judy Baker back. Yeah, get them all back. Bring them all back.
There you go. What's his name again?
Warwick Davis.
Well, Warwick Davis. Yeah. Again, this was a goof in Life's Too Short. It is so funny.
I think it's still a goof now. I believe that Warwick.
On it.
I think that Warwick still sees this as a goof now. I don't. From what I hear about the man, he doesn't take himself particularly seriously. I think he knows that Willow itself is. I wouldn't say it's forgotten. I think he knows it's like a C-list franchise.
In Life's Too Short, he was talking about it. And he heard posters. There's Willow, and we think one day it's going to make back all its money. It said it's going to cost like $10 million to make. But okay, Warwick.
We're looking for the sorcerer Willow. I was told that once long ago you defeated the forces of evil.
You remind me of your mother.
My dear friend, I thought I could prevent all this. I was wrong.
My brother was abducted. The world needs you again. It needs
Is this giving you the feels? It looks pretty good, actually. I have to tell you, I'm backtracking.
I have got a couple of tingles with this. I just think this looks quite wholesome. I think Joanne Wally still looks quite hot. Say she's 60. But I just think it looks like a fun time for a family audience. And that it's not necessary. I mean, look how much makeup they're all wearing. This is not supposed to be the Fellowship of the Ring. This is a bank holiday kind of thing. And I keep forgetting it's not a film, that it's a series, which is a different prospect. I know, coming back to it week after week. But it could be the way that they used to be on the BBC with the Chronicles of Narnia TV show. I think this could be quite nice. I think it could be it's got a good heart.
It does seem to, doesn't it? Right? I mean, all right, let's carry on.
your magic.
Follow me. We must go beyond the edge of our world.
Okay, this is why I didn't see the original Willow. I'm cringing as he's giving the dialogue. Okay, this is exactly why I didn't see the original. It's kind of like, oh, this is okay. Oh, but okay.
Into the unknown.
Willow!
I need your help.
Just like old times. Ha! Running! Horses! Mayhem! Mayhem! Happy to see it.
Our true enemy is still out there, rallying the forces of evil.
Yeah, just when every line he delivers, I'm like,
it's all a massive cliche, isn't it? Every line is something you've heard a million times over. But
he's delivering it like the best he can. But it's like
like he's reading the menu in a chip shop window.
Yeah, exactly.
Standing in his path is us.
I'm going to enjoy this.
If you're thinking what I'm thinking, so am I.
I doubt that very much. Take him to my tent and make sure he's tied up.
I don't know. See, that kind of sounds like we're on the same page.
When I was a kid, I used to play at being a sorcerer, visiting strange worlds, fighting monsters. Run! Never thought I'd actually really do it.
What the hell is that?
This is why I didn't see it. Okay, this is like again. Wish you the best, mate. I wish you the best, but this is yeah. Okay, this is why I didn't see it. Okay, this is why. Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Trolls. I'm so miffed.
I bet it's gonna be way better than Rings of Power. It looks fun.
Easily.
I think I'm gonna watch and review it. When is it coming out?
Quite soon. I think it begins quite soon. Mid-November time.
Okay.
We have to hurry.
How will you defeat us?
Same as last time. With my friends.
Okay, drop me over. Yeah. Okay, Disney, I'm watching it. Okay.
That looks loads and loads of fun. As I said, Warwick Davis knows. He knows that he's not Ian McKellen. He's in on this joke, and this could be so much fun if they keep the tongue just slightly in the cheek. If they use all those cliches.
About Willow. Okay, we said if I hadn't watched the trailer, I'll be taking the piss out of a lot more now, right? That trailer kind of helped it, right? So there's a reasonably big feature about that. Goes on for a while. I'm going to skip it so I don't get copyright strike.
I think it was filmed in Great Britain, so the SFX probably had on-set access.
Probably. Okay.
Otherwise, I don't know if they'd given it the cover, to be brutally honest.
Well, what else is there? I mean, you could go Black Panther 2. This looks like it's going to be shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this looks like it's going to be super, super duper shit.
They've already started running defense so hard for this movie. It looks awful.
I mean, listen, it might not have been a good idea to tell white people not to go for the opening weekend. Okay.
Yeah, Not the best of game plans, is it? That one?
Right. It's gonna be. Shit.
What have they done to the Submariner? Apparently, he's not even from Atlantis. He's an Aztec now, and his name is pronounced Namor. No, Namor rather than Namor. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, it's just.
And that's really the truth. They don't know what they're bloody doing.
Why would I want to go and see a Black Panther film that Black Panther's not in? It's why am I going to go and see an Iron Man movie with no Iron Man in? Why would I want to go and see a Captain America movie without Captain America in it? Come on, play the game.
They don't seem to understand it. But he is Captain America. No, no, he's not.
Because he holds a big round shield. That's enough, Rabbi. That's enough.
But then there's an article about the new Addams Family, which I've warmed up to a lot, right?
I think this looks okay. I think Tim Burton may be past his best, but he hasn't worked in television. I don't think he's worked in television ever. So if only for that reason, this has got to be worth a look. And I think it looks really well cast.
I think Puzzlers doesn't really work other than that. I think she's good. I mean, she looks like Wednesday. She looks scary and hot, right? And that's basically what they're supposed to be. And it's got Gwendolyn Christie as well in it, so I think it's good.
Yeah, I like her too.
Yeah, this is no interest whatsoever. I stopped watching Titans after the first season.
Yeah, I thought that was an okay show, but I think the reason I stopped watching it as well, again, I didn't mean to, because I quite enjoyed it, and that girl who plays Starfire is smoking hot. But the problem is, it's not the characters that I grew up reading. It does feel like some sort of brutalist parody of the. So I just didn't latch onto it. The Doom Patrol show, on the other hand, felt like the Doom Patrol. It was good.
It did, but I kind of I got bored with that too. So, okay, we got this. I want to make sure I don't get copyright strike.
I mean, why is Connor Kent in this? why is Superboy in that, the Connor Kent version? Why is what's his name in it? Cyborg, not Cyborg. Why is Cyborg in Doom Patrol? Yeah, why have they messed around with these guys?
Doom Patrol at one point. Doom Patrol's kind of fun. Again, I think the last season I stopped watching, when it got too wrapped up into going into Crazy Jane's inner world,
they overdose on that character quite a lot.
Right. And they yes, of course she had to be black. I understand. Oh God, man, all these producers don't want to be called racist. That's basically the bottom line, because they're all
that's what it all boils down to.
Racist because they are racist. I mean, I think that's what's come out in the world. What's this? Farewell, Bones and All. Never heard of it. Bones and All is a love story with a bloody twist. Director Yohana Gaganda and Timothy Chalamet talk transgression and transformation. Sounds too grown up for me. I'm sorry. No, thank you.
Yeah, this is one of those films that has the potential to be a social justice lecture.
It does, doesn't it? It does, and not a fun one.
No.
Second.
I don't like him as an actor either. I think he's okay in Dune, but
good. Sorry?
That guy the guy who plays Paul Atreides in Dune, I think he's good in that, but I don't think he's any great talent.
He was good in Don't Look Up as well. I like Don't Look Up a lot. Most people don't like it. I liked it a lot.
You mention that film to me pretty much every time I come on. I'm going to have to take a look at it.
It's really worth your time, right? It's really worth your time. So's this, The Peripheral, this new VR thing. I think it's very, very good. Right? I'll do a full review of it once I've caught up with it. I want to try and push myself through one more episode of Devil's Hour, so we can make it through there. He's saying we wanted Red Dwarf, but they didn't have it, right? So we got this instead. Right. Again, this is so clear that Red Dwarf is supposed to be Red Dwarf.
I like the fact that they're not sitting around waiting for Doug Naylor to sort themselves out and trying to fill the gap in their schedule. I respect that. And I'd like to think this could be good. But Will anybody see it? That's the thing. I mean, people went today for Red Dwarf because it was Red Dwarf. I can't see people getting behind something like this. Not in 2022.
No, exactly. It's a shame. It's a shame. Never mind. The other Doc Brown travels a galaxy far, far away in Andor. I don't even know who this guy is.
Yeah, this man confuses the hell out of me because he's actually a stand-up comedian. He's not an actor, and he used to do stand-up under the name Doc Brown. Now he goes by his real name of Ben Bailey Smith, and he plays the one of the sort of nasty admin, the really buttoned-up people from the Empire.
They're all interchangeable.
He's again, yes, that's the problem. Yeah.
Although I thought the main bad woman, evil woman thing in the white is reasonably hot. I would be interrogated by her either. I would read this. I'm busy reading the book. It's very good. I do recommend it. And like he's just saying, like I can tell he hates doing this interview. But okay. Have you seen Black Adam?
I haven't. I'm still weighing up going to the cinema to see it. I've been waiting all year to see that film, and they bumped it by about 4 or 5 months, and I sort of forgot about it a little. And now it's out.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm waiting till it comes out on streaming.
My kids, I think they're going to see it tonight. My twins, my sons are all back. They're all back from uni for a little while, for 2 or 3 days. So they're going tonight, all together, like with their mates and stuff. And so I'm going to wait and see what they say. But I think, I mean, I haven't seen nobody slagging it off.
Look, all the right people hate it. That's one thing. And it's got the Henry Cavill in it from the Superman cameo. There's gonna be a lot. I think the DC universe, cinematic universe, is in good shape, right? I think it's in very good shape.
Well, the things that were and have been wrong with it, they're either easily forgotten. Who saw that Birds of Prey movie anyway? You can forget things like that exist. So, and within the context of the universe, because we've got again, I wouldn't call Zack Snyder a visionary, but he does understand how to make those movies, and he understands what makes those characters tick. And his take on setting up the DC universe on the big screen was rock solid. Strong. Absolutely rock solid. So solid that the foundations are all still there for them. Yeah. They haven't got to do much course correction at all. I said this, I think I talked about this on Wednesday.
Everything that was it. Her mother did.
They've got back Henry Cavill. I suspect that Ben Affleck, now he's clean. You bung him a few quid, I think he'd be more than happy to play Batman again.
I think so. And he might be getting a bit old. That's the only thing. He really might be getting a bit old.
But maybe.
But there's plenty of people who can play an older Batman, right? To the level of Ben Affleck.
I think this version of the DC universe, we've all seen. We had the Batman, we had the Christopher Nolan trilogy, we had the George Clooney's and the Val Kilmer's. We've all seen Batman of around 30. I think a Batman of between 45 and 55 as this sort of as the kind of Tony Stark of a DC universe is absolutely the right way to go, because you can start bringing some of the Robins through. You can have so much fun with a family behind it.
What I would do, and they seem to be set up, they could do it easily with the Flash movie, is introduce multiverse. They'd do the multiverse of DC, and then I would do like a Gotham by Gaslight. I'll do the Aronofsky. We went to Black Batman.
I'd love a film of. I'd forget about the Justice League for the time being, but I would like a film of Batman and the Outsiders with Metamorpho and Katana. Katana's already been in the Suicide Squad. People like that character. I'd bring her over. Geoforce. That original era of the Outsiders when Jim Aparo was.
I know exactly. I read that. That was a good run. That was a that was a good run.
Black Lightning.
I want to see the Batman Deathstroke movie with Joe, whatever his name, Montana.
I'd love that too. But again, they could do that. They could absolutely do that as a standalone thing. In fact, Affleck's still got that script. I can't see Matt Reeves. They're going to push on with this Matt Reeves stuff. They should really exit.
They should really just exit.
I agree. They should put that down to experience.
It doesn't really work. People only went to see it because there was nothing else on. right? I don't think it's going to get people going back to it. I just don't.
I don't think Robert Pattinson's invested that much either. Go on, sorry, carry on.
Halloween Ends, couldn't care less. What about you?
I've got all of those to watch on Blu-ray. I've been saving them up until it was complete and watched it as a sort of series. So I know I've deliberately stayed away from all reviews and trailers. I don't know anything about those new Halloween films, so I stay well clear. But I have heard the Smile film's good though. Yeah,
I've never heard of it. Also, I never heard of it.
Lots of bus posters and stuff for that movie in this country.
Okay.
Looks sinister.
And then they really like the Timothée Chalamet movie. They said that gets a 5 out of 5. No idea if we can trust them or not, boy. Going in the dirt, Neptune. Okay, don't know any of these things. Not interested in any of them. I wouldn't spend any time on any of these. Go away. Oh my God, how did they give that 4 out of 5? What are they saying?
Oh, there you go. That's how much you can trust these reviewers.
Exactly. The Rings of Power is famously the most expensive TV show ever made. Whether there's a degree of marketing hyperbole to that claim or not, it certainly looks like you could make an entire season of Doctor Who on the prosthetic nose budget alone. Not really. It didn't look that good at all. I'm sorry. Then again, with Peter Jackson's movie trilogy to live up to, it was never going to get away with doing things cheaply. It doesn't look that great. So was it worth it? No. After the first few episodes, the jury is still out. Early on, the prehistory of Lord of the Rings set in the Second Age of Middle-earth certainly looks spectacular, but it's slow, unfocused, and sprawling. What about the main character who's shit, right? With far too many bland characters, like the main one, swamped by a lush, highly detailed production design. Well, okay, it seems to be broken into truth there. So how's it getting 4 out of 5? It seems that a show about a bunch of different fantasy races wandering about doing stuff. That's what it is. However, it turns out to be a rare beast, a TV show that actually improves. No, it doesn't. Confident to go on a slow burn approach. No, fuck off. Okay, fuck off.
This reads to me, just even in your sort of summary there of what they've said, that sounds to me like a reviewer who's trying to blow smoke up their arses. It's like reading something in code as if to say, don't watch this, but they've clearly been paid. They've probably had access. They've been paid to give it a decent review. Yeah, don't say this is tripe. So they're doing everything they can to avoid the truth. How much are they giving the Power of the Doctor there, for God's sake?
I know, listen, but 2.5 is a pretty bad rating.
Yeah, I suppose it is, yeah.
And then they like She-Hulk because whatever.
When She-Hulk is better than Doctor Who.
So a lot of people like She-Hulk. She-Hulk's very popular. Normies like She-Hulk a lot.
Do they really?
They were like, yes, it's fine.
I don't know anybody who's watched it.
Oh yeah, it's the only thing people watch in the MCU from the Normies. None of these things are really doing anything for me. What is this?
I've not even heard of either of those shows. Is that Adrian Brody?
Is that a duck person?
It looks like a duck.
Because of this cruise ship horror comedy journey, you feel like disembarking at the next call, but stick with it. Okay, no. Chapel Waits season 1. Why does he always look like that? Adrian Brody. Like, why is this your default expression in everything? Stop. Okay, things aren't so bad, mate.
Yeah, introverted and interesting.
Right. If you like horror, this actually really doesn't do it for me at all. Bunch of like weird horror movies, like obscure horror movies from the 60s.
Oh, okay.
And they like that French thing, Incredible but True. I'm not interested. Not interested in any of these things. Candle for the Devil. I can't remember that one. I do remember that. I think I've seen it. But it's just like, it's just not my thing. If it's your thing, it's your thing. Ghost Watch. Oh my God. They got Ghost Watch out on Blu-ray? Piss off.
Yeah, Matt Potts saw it. I know people love it a lot, and I saw it once and I was never particularly impressed. You know, and even though Sarah Green's in it, and I've always thought Sarah Green was lovely.
It was shit then. What can you do? Highlander's out again. Yay.
I'm probably going to get that.
Vesper. What's this?
Ooh, no, I've not heard that either.
This one's it's from 78 Death Sport. Yeah, Dave Carradine's in it. It's download and in selected cinemas. French, Belgian, Lithuanian. Yeah, what a shock! I haven't heard of it. See, this is why, I don't know why I still get this magazine. There's nothing in it that interests me.
There's a lot of old nonsense in this. Yeah, this is their review section.
Old boring stuff and current boring stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there's a lot of it about. You won't be alone. Hocus Pocus 2. Why? Why would oh God, it's just so stupid. Werewolf by Night might be good. No, I'm not going to give it a chance.
Boy in his dog.
No. All this go away. Not interested. Not interested. I'm just not.
Yeah, I always skip the books.
The Font of Wizarding graphics. This looks quite interesting, but that's because I'm interested in graphics.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Garth Marenghi's Terratone. That sounds kind of funny. Dark Marenghi's Dark Place is supposed to be quite good. I never saw it.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, I think you'd like that. Yeah.
Everybody's told me I would.
Yeah, you probably would.
Yeah, again, the illustrated Rise. Oh, this actually looks quite good.
The Rise of the Dragon. What's that?
It looks like a
Is that another Targaryen thing that I just?
Yeah. Entry-level version of George R. R. Martin's Game of Thrones tome Fire and Blood. It's the same Targaryen history, but simplifies language and structure. The timeline remains Eragon's conquest to Eragon III Dragonbane. Loses some of George's style and wit, but is much easier to dip in and out of. The useful guide to the House of Dragon newbies. All the spoilers for season 1 and beyond can be found. Includes 180 epic illustrations. That's what it's sold on, with 38 different artists. The art involves a lot of dragon stuff, but also the kings and queens of Castle. Yeah, that's what they're selling that book on, right? It's essentially a coffee table Game of Thrones book, or House of the Dragon book. What's this? Doctor Who and the Dalek. Oh yeah, the reissue in with the.
It's the illustrated one again.
Right. I mean, honestly, but they should be reviewing some more like indie title things. Black Adam, not interested.
No, that's what you know. What that's it. That's what strikes me, because I've looked at a few of these. I stopped buying SFX years ago, and we've looked at a few of these on screen when I've come on Thursdays. And you've just hit the nail on the head. Everything in this genre, in this sector, all these things that we talk about has got so much more interesting in the last 10 to 15 years with self-publishing, with Kickstarters, in comics and things like that. You would never know that any of that was happening flicking through this magazine.
I mean, again, why isn't there a review? It should be an article on the Phil Bevan book.
It's also painfully normie. And I know that you can pick this up in Tesco's and stuff like that. Maybe that's their niche. I don't know. But I think that they're missing a real trick here. Where's the fun stuff? I'm not going to big up Doctor Who magazine because they've dropped the ball as well. But at least they look at YouTube. At least they look at action figures and cosplayers and stuff like that. You would never think that this was covering something geek interest stuff was still so big and expanding. You would never know it looking at this.
Right. And I'm just flicking through this. I'm bored. Right. And there is fun things out there. There's a lot of fun things out there.
This magazine looks 20 years out of date. What? This magazine looks 20 years out of date.
It does. It looks. That's exactly right. It absolutely does. That creepy kids now. I'm always bad at this. In Jerry Anderson's Joe 90s, what's the surname of the titular schoolboy? I have no idea. What do you have any idea?
In what? Sorry.
In Joe 90, what's Joe 90's last name?
Can't remember.
I have no idea. I have no idea whatsoever. No, that's beyond my pay grade, right? Fine, there we go. Doink. Avatar 2. Yeah, look, we tried to be excited about that earlier. Not so much, right? Not so much. Now they're starting the Doctor Who stuff already, right? I bet they're getting a lot more juice from RTD, don't you?
Well, they been running features on his Dark Materials quite a lot as well, so they'll probably have some sort of access to that. They've always been in with Bad
Maximilian from
Wolf.
Total Recall is awesome. They are correct.
Yeah, God, look at those sets, aren't they beautiful?
Yeah,
Sets,
right.
costumes, the colour.
It's a really. Have you seen it recently? The Black Hole.
Not for years. I keep waiting
Really
for a Blu-ray to come out.
It's there is a Blu-ray out, right? There's a so I watched it in HD. It's how can I explain it? It's done parallel to Star Wars, right? So it's made the same time as Star Wars, and it should have been the visionary sci-fi movie. It's like really good James Bond-esque special effects, right? But it's not Star Wars. It doesn't have that lived-in aesthetic.
No,
like Star Wars
in my head, I'm picturing it now, and it does. It's got that Ken Adam look to the sets, doesn't it?
Right. It's all clean and squeaky and things like that. It's cool. You like Maximilian. You liked the little floating robot thing. Like all that design is cool, but it's so dated, and it's the top of its game with that type of special effect.
Mate, I have to laugh. You remember what I said when we talked about this before about SFX? We go down the rant and raves, and everybody on staff is an editor. Editor at large, transatlantic editor. So here we've got Dave Bradley, former editor. So they've even got people who don't.
Right.
Everyone's an editor, even people who used to do the job. So he means just a writer. But they can't put just a writer. He's going to be, former editor. What a bunch of. Yeah, this magazine, they need a rocket up their arse on this title. They really do.
They you know what they need? Like a Gary.
They need
type of
us.
character.
They need you. Yeah. They need me. They need you. They need us.
People who like science fiction, writing it, and like can have more than one worldview. Oh my God. So yeah, this magazine I would say is not a recommend, sadly. But the only article in it I've seen so far that I want to read is let me look through the thumbnails of everything. I'll read the 2-page Alan Moore article. I would read this thing, the Maximilian. So we got one. The reviews. I might read the reviews on a video or something, like as content.
It's good that there's still a magazine around that looks at books, that looks at sci-fi literature. But my God, this magazine looks. I pick it up now and again in the supermarket, and the paper quality is so wafer thin. It's like £6.
Oh, I only buy the.
And it looks put together on autopilot.
That's 2 pages, and Maximilian, and then I would read the Wednesday Adam article. That's another 3 pages, 6 pages so far. How much more? I'm up to 6 pages.
It's not a good average, is it?
100-page magazine. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.